We're live. Episode 4, Everything Under the Bar. How you guys doing today?
It's a great day to be alive.
It is a great day to be alive.
Great day to get 1% better, right?
Yep, every day. I guess we'll start this off like last podcast, just jump right into these questions here that our viewers / fans, whatever, have asked us. Got some good questions last week, and I think even this week we have a lot better questions.
A lot of good feedback too. People like that, and we love the engagement and the interaction we're getting from our followers. So we'll continue to keep posting stuff like that, and I'll let you take it away. There's some very good questions, so go ahead.
So the first question here is all-time favorite cheat meal / death row meal. I'd say these two for me are probably separate, little different.
Yeah.
For cheat day and death row, like
favorite. What was it? Cheat meal
/ death row
well,
meal. Let's do cheat meal first.
Cheat meal first. Man, that's tough because as I progress into my fitness journey, it changes. Man, if I'm just gonna have a cheat meal though, the first thing that comes to my mind is wings and beer. A lot of ranch.
Yeah,
and some Old Bay fries, something like that. I don't know, just a big fried food guy. So that would probably be my cheat meal, like a Buffalo Wild Wings or Ruga's type.
Yeah.
Just a sports bar, something fried. Wings, burgers, that type of stuff.
Can't go wrong with wings.
Yeah, you kind of took my thunder there too. Wings and pizza are always my go-to cheat meal. Ice cream I get bad with too. It depends on my mood, but
I'm not. If I'm gonna pick a dessert, I'm gonna pick donuts. Cream-filled donuts. Vanilla. If we get chocolate with peanut butter filling, or we get a chocolate with the vanilla cream, Boston cream. I could go on and on about donuts.
Have you guys ever had warm Krispy Kreme donuts?
No, I'm honestly not a
fan.
My God. I'm not a big fan of Krispy Kreme.
You're missing out.
Maple Donuts is where it's at.
Oh, man.
I know Krispy Kremes are nice and light, but I like that thick, dense maple donut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to go pizza and wings though for my cheat meal. But death row, I'm gonna go with a nice full rack of ribs, probably a nice loaded baked potato, and maybe some asparagus with probably a sweet tea. My last meal on this earth, I'd probably go down with a.
I watched some documentaries like serial murders, last meal wishes, and some were so good. They had cheese puffs and just a glass of water.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know one dude ordered what he was allergic to, and it killed him.
Oh my god!
So yeah, they found him in his cell dead. I think it was shellfish or something, and he killed himself before they could. That's savage. Man,
if I'm thinking death row last meal. Man, honestly, I'd probably get 2 bowls from Chipotle. And I would top that off with probably 3 beefy Fritos burritos from Taco Bell.
Go-to.
I'm literally gonna overindulge where I feel so sick, and if I'm dying, whatever, I don't care how I feel. So death row meal, man. As much Chipotle and Taco Bell as possible, and I'm just housing that.
I don't know if I'd be hungry if I knew I was.
Exactly. If you knew you were dying, your appetite wouldn't be there. But that would be my go-to. But if they're nah, you can't do that, I'd probably just do a fat steak.
Yeah.
Some
can't go wrong.
Bacon cheese fries, a beer, just a real hearty, fattening
just
meal.
Throw a whole pie in my face.
Whole pie you're going out with?
Yeah.
Yep.
Simple.
All right, so question number 2. How do you best balance working full-time or a really busy schedule and fitness? So how do you sort of manage the two off each other?
I think for me, what's nice is I have Fridays off right now, so I get a 3-day weekend. But my Monday through Thursday, I work 7 to 3, and I make sure that the night before I have everything packed. My big lunchbox for the day, it's basically just a huge cooler. I get my gym stuff out the night before. I have my gym bag all ready to go with, my food's prepped in the fridge, ready to get out. So I set myself up to succeed the next day. So it's almost like in my face. You just got to grab your gym bag and go. And I go as soon as I get off work. Now, some nights I may work a little later, and then I'll decide, okay, I need to go eat, so I'm going to go home and eat dinner and go back to the gym later at night. I mean, if you want something, you're going to make time for it.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter if you have a crazy long work schedule and you just can't get in after work. Like we were going there for a while. What we do, like 2 months, we were doing 4 a.m. lifts.
Yeah.
Like whatever you have to do, schedule it into your day. Plan ahead. If you just wake up and thoughts are sporadic, it's probably not going to happen. But if you plan ahead for it, you're like, okay, I need to go to the gym tomorrow. How am I going to work that into my schedule?
Right.
It's
just time management.
Yeah,
dude.
it just becomes second nature. It becomes a part of your life. There are days where we'll have a hectic, crazy day, and we're like, okay, this is a good rest day.
Yeah.
But then we're going to the gym the other 6 days out of the week. So you just have to fit it into your schedule, and I think it's relatively easy. Once you get past like that first week or two of, okay, this is the time I go and planning, it's pretty simple in my opinion. Whether you're not working or you're working a lot of hours, I've done both, and if you want to make it happen, you make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, there's always someone out there who's working more than you, who's working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and they're still getting in there.
Right.
So, no excuses. I remember when we first started at Fastenal, it was tough getting in the gym after no energy.
Yeah.
Like we'd have to
Physical
chug
days.
a bang.
Yeah.
But I think over time you just get used to it, and it just becomes a routine.
Right.
And if you just keep putting your body through that, you're going to find that energy to get through a workout no matter what time it is.
It's more mental than physical because we all worked physical labor jobs, and we still would go in and hit PRs in the gym, rep PRs. So it's really just a mindset. It does suck at first. There are days where it still sucks now.
Yeah.
But we're just so used to that being part of our routine. It's like something to look forward to when you get off your crazy work day. Like it's a way to refresh.
And even college. If I learned anything in college, time management was one of them, because you'd be in classes all day, and then I'd make time for the gym, and then I got 4 midterms coming up or whatever. You got to plan your days out.
Right. It's all about planning.
Yeah.
Like if you plan, you will succeed.
Yeah.
Then it becomes you have to physically make the choice to not do it, and you're probably not going to do that. If you already have it planned into your day, you have your bags packed, things ready to go, you'll make it happen. So, and don't beat yourself up on the days where you decide to take rest. Those are just as important.
Yeah. I saw an Instagram post the other day. This guy said, it's crazy how the most exhausting part of my day is the most relaxing.
Yeah.
And I totally felt that, because you go in after a long day of work, you're physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, and then you put your body through hell, and your mind, it's calming.
Yeah. You leave beat,
yeah,
but refreshed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
So question 3, do you guys struggle with obsessiveness with tracking macros / calories? If so, how do you combat those? Yeah. I know you were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah, so this question hits home right now for me. So for a year straight, I tracked every single thing I put in my body. And that's how I went from 275 to 210. I came off of that cut, started to maintain my weight, still tracked. When we started bulking, I just stopped tracking. And just kind of let loose a little bit.
Yeah, got a little dirty.
Got a little of a dirty bulk. I was probably about an 80-20, like 80% clean but 20% fat, which is okay. Like I was enjoying my life. I wasn't overindulging. My portions were still okay. I was just eating some foods I hadn't for a while. And now cutting again, I've been tracking, but not consistently. I'm kind of just being honest with everybody. A couple days I'll track, couple days I won't track, couple days I'll track. I have a good mental gauge for how much I'm putting in my body. But man, after doing that for a year straight, it's really hard to get back into that routine, because I felt like it was an obsession at that point. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to become obsessed again. I want to enjoy my life, like enjoy some foods, because everything in moderation, man, is okay.
And like you said, we're not like competing or anything.
Yeah,
right now,
I'm not competing, right? So
until we get to that point where we want to.
Yeah, right now I'm not like training for anything. I'm just doing this for my own sake, like my own personal health. I'm not an athlete. I don't play baseball anymore. I'm not trying to be a professional bodybuilder. I'm just doing this to look good and feel good. So I don't need to be dialed in. Like last year I was dialed in. Like I did not mess up at all.
Yeah.
But I also have a girlfriend now, and she is 100% supportive of what I'm doing. But, you know, if we want to go out on the weekend and get a meal or something or have a couple drinks, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to restrict myself to the point where then I go off the deep end like I did this year when I quit cutting and I started to just dirty bulk hard because it was like, man, I restricted myself so much. So, yeah, back to the question, it can become obsessive and you have to gauge that, and that's something I'm learning now, to not put all my chips in the middle and be macro, like rather just, is this clean? I'll put it in my body. I don't need to track every single thing right now. Eventually I'll do that again, but right now I'm being much more lenient with my cutting because I don't want that to become an obsession again.
Yeah, I think people out there who are just trying to lose a little weight, I think tracking is not even worth it. You know, if you're not competing or you're not like really, really serious about bodybuilding, I think tracking can be a negative thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, because then you just become so number oriented.
Yeah.
I think it is good to gauge for a week or so, so you know, oh wow, I'm overeating, or oh wow, I'm undereating. But once you get a sense for how much you're putting in your body, you can kind of just mentally gauge, and yeah, man, it can really become an obsession that's unhealthy. That's one thing people don't tell you in the fitness industry. It can become unhealthy. So yeah.
I think a good way too to not get obsessive with it is maybe just, you know, see where your calories are at and not really worry about your macros.
The macros, yeah.
If you're in a caloric deficit, then you're still going to lose weight.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
But just putting healthy, like you said, healthy things into your body is the most important. So question 4, days where you have negative body images about yourself. I guess how can we work around that? How can we get through that? I mean, it's everyone.
I mean, that's my motivation. It's been my motivation from the start. If I look in the mirror one morning, I'm like, I am not happy with this. It'll just push me harder to eat cleaner and lift harder. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, same. I, for 23 years, had 100% negative thoughts about my image. And that's something I struggle with now, even when people are like, man, you're getting lean, or you're getting bigger, or cutter. Like, dude, you're strong, you're muscular. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, well, I'm not really. Like, compared to where I've come from, man, I've done a complete 180. But there are days where I still struggle because, you know, you see Instagram, you compare yourself. Yeah. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But, you know, that's what motivates me. And on days where I do struggle with the self-image, or I step on the scale and the number's not right, or I feel like I'm stagnant, I'm plateauing. A lot of times, like today, I did the same thing. I'll do a layout. I have the layout app, and I'll put my first picture when I started lifting again next to like a recent picture, and then I'm like, whoa, like taking pictures of yourself. I hated it at first. I'm like, man, I'm in the mirror taking all these pictures. Now I just do it all the time because I love documenting my progress. And on days where I'm feeling just shitty about myself, I'm like, I put the two next to each other, even just from a couple months ago, and I'm like, I've really come a long way. So I think that's one thing you can do, and just knowing that you're always trying to better yourself. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, but as long as you're trying to better yourself and you're getting better each day, that's all you can really ask for, you know. And just don't compare yourself to others. That's really, really crucial, and I know it's very hard on Instagram, but people are posting the best pictures of themselves. People are filtering pictures, making themselves look better than they really are.
Sucking in.
Yeah, sucking in. Like, don't worry about all that. Just worry about you, and at the end of the day, if you can look in that mirror and say, I got better today, that's what matters, as opposed to what you see in the morning.
And you might never be satisfied. I know, especially if you got our mentality, like, we're never going to be satisfied. But, yeah, as long as you know you got better today, then that's all that matters.
That's what matters. And that's what we're preaching with this 1% better each day.
Yeah.
Because it is a slow process. So that's really all you can ask of yourself, that I get 1% better, because 1% better over a day after day after day, you're going to see big changes.
Yeah. I know for me, there'll be like a week or two where I'm like, I'll be looking in the mirror after a workout and thinking, man, not changing. I don't really see much. And then just one day out of the blue, it's like, bam, like all these veins. And I'm like, all that time where you're like not satisfied in that one moment, it's like, it's so relieving, and it makes you feel awesome about what you're doing, and it makes it all worth it. If it happened overnight, it wouldn't be worth it, and everybody would. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So
that's a good question.
Yeah. So what is the best type of workout to do if you're just getting back into lifting/working out?
Yeah, really for this, just my own personal opinion. Once again, I'm not a trainer, but if you're just getting back into working out, don't overcomplicate it. Don't think, okay, I need to do today 4 sets of 12. I need to do 65% of my max. Like, don't worry about that type of stuff. Honestly, just get in the gym. I would say if you are just getting back into it, maybe do a push-pull leg split or upper body, lower body days, where you just kind of do a little bit of everything. You're getting your muscles used to the activity again. And really, I just encourage, if you're getting back into it, any type of physical activity, walk your dog, walk on the treadmill, go for a hike,
push-ups.
Hey, if you push hard that first day, you're not going to be able to move the next day.
And you're going to burn yourself out, because you're going to overwhelm yourself way too soon. And so, physical activity is what I just encourage, little by little each day. And then I would say after you're consistent in the gym for a month or so, then you can really start to increase some of your intensity. But you just don't go in balls to the wall day one. You are going to hurt yourself, not be able to walk the next day, or burn out. So
I could barely walk today after the leg day yesterday, and we've been doing this for a while now. So just take it easy.
Yeah, like I've said in the previous podcasts, like, our bodies adapt to the stimulus. So if you go in there week 1, day 1, and you're just balls to the walls, you're gonna have to keep that same intensity or you're gonna plateau. So it's all just that slow accrual over time.
Right. Good question.
Really good question. All right, so what is the easiest and healthiest meal to eat at home and take on the road? I would say chicken and rice is a go-to. Really.
That's our go-tos. I think a good one, oatmeal. Like, if you're running late, because if you just warm that up, oatmeal, you can eat it warm if before you leave your house, or you can do the overnight oats cold. So, like, that's a good one too. Chicken and rice, like we said, throw some broccoli or whatever veggie in there with it. A weird one I've done is eggs. If I know I'm going to oversleep or I've got a busy morning, I'll make the eggs the night before and just reheat them, or eat them cold on the go.
I mean, that's just personal preference. Like, I'll take whatever I eat here on the road with me.
Right.
Like, I'll eat chicken on the road. I'll eat steak, hash browns, whatever I got to do.
Right. Yeah, just Tupperware, find a microwave, or if you like some certain foods cold, take them on the road, eat them cold. Really, the best thing I ever did was invest in a huge lunchbox. And the selling point was it holds a case of beer. And so I'm like, oh, this is legit. And man, I could fit a whole day's worth of meals in there.
I remember you lugging that around at Fastenal.
Yeah, I still
those
do.
People thought you were crazy.
They still think I'm crazy, but I'm always eating, and they're always
prepared.
going to fast food. And
Yeah.
I think meal prepping is the number one key to avoid those fast food traps.
Mm-hmm.
It's fast, it's convenient, it's somewhat cheap, but man, that food's garbage.
Yeah.
I can attest to that after putting that in my body for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
When it is no longer in my system for a while, and then I go back to it because I have to, like, just absolutely have to for some reason, which is rarely happens. I just feel like complete ass.
Yeah.
Like, fast food, not good. So, yeah, going back to the question that was asked, whatever you like to eat, think of a way to take it on the road,
Yeah.
and
Just don't
that's going to set you up
overcomplicate
for
it.
success. Yeah, plan.
Yeah, and I don't recommend like stopping at a convenience store and buying like protein bars all the time. And stuff, too.
Yeah,
So much
that'll
sugar
that'll
in
add up.
there,
The
so-
sugar, right?
I know, even just taking protein powder with you wherever you go, make a shake on the go. I mean, that's an easy way to just
and don't even take the whole bottle of the whole tub.
just a bag.
Have a shaker,
Mm-hmm.
and put the scoop in it already, and then just fill it up with
Yeah,
water.
again,
Or
it's just all
whatever.
about preparation.
Yeah.
Day before or
I know
whatever.
fruit's been a huge thing for me. Like, I'll take a few bananas to work, maybe an apple just to get those
orange,
carbs in.
Easy carbs, no fat.
Absolutely.
So another question we have here is: do you have any good at-home workouts for people just getting started? I would say there's so many body weight exercises that you can do, and really, I mean, you don't really need weights
Yeah.
if you're just getting started.
If you're just getting started, I would recommend walking, man. Like,
Yeah.
my neighborhood is hilly, and I have a dog, so and you know we walk our dogs together. We're
Right.
neighbors, so believe it or not, man, if you walk, you don't have to run. If you just walk with some pep in your step, you're gonna feel that. Your heart's gonna definitely benefit from that. It's great cardio, and then anything you can think of in your house, man. Push-ups, sit-ups, wall sits.
Get a pull-up bar.
Pull-up
Really
bar,
easy.
yeah. You can do dips on those. You
Yeah.
could set up dips on a chair or the couch. Like,
I used to even run up the steps. 10
yeah,
or 15,
I used to do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Till I got burned out. So
Yeah.
there's endless things you can do. I got a big hill in my backyard. Do that.
yeah. Do
10
hill
times.
sprints.
Like,
I'll pass on that one.
yeah.
What's Moody say? The world's my weight room.
The world is your weight room.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah,
It's true.
You can literally.
Throw this
You
mini
could
fridge
literally.
over your head
Yeah, you could
15
literally
times.
curl if you had 2 gallons of milk. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you could.
I've actually done that before.
Yeah, it's a
at
prison
college.
style workout.
Yeah.
But literally, man, if you set your mind to it and just think of things to get creative, go for it.
And that's what
you know?
YouTube's for too,
Yeah,
dude. I used to do like
yeah.
ab exercises on YouTube
Yeah.
all the time. So
YouTube
these
in
are
home
resources.
workouts. Yeah.
So that's all for the questions. I know we wanted to jump into our little what happened at the gym last night when we were getting some footage. I think it happens in every gym, really, I think, and it's one of the main things why people are scared to go to the gym, because they're timid, they don't want to get judged. They don't want people to compare them to other people,
Right.
and it just sets this negative mindset, I think, and it's a big problem today.
Yeah. So I'll dive into that. I'll just explain the scenario.
Yeah.
So, we decided that we're still uncomfortable, so I would say, taking a camera in and getting footage. It's
Because
not.
we want to be respectful.
We want to respect other members of the gym. We don't want to make it a show like, oh, these guys are in here getting, video of them working out. And so long story short, last night, we're just pushing each other hard, but we're staying off to the side. We're not near anybody in the gym. There barely is anybody in the gym, which is why we went late at night before they closed. And we're literally minding our own business. I couldn't tell you what anybody else in the gym was doing, like any other day. I'm just focused on myself. And all of a sudden, man, we just hear, oh, come on, do 100 more reps. I need to get good footage. And then, we look over, and
So blatant.
this guy's over there with some people and mocking us, walking around, acting like he's videoing his friends. And just blatantly continued to make fun of us from afar. And, we're 3 decently fit dudes. We're not in there joking around. Like, it just, my blood's boiling talking about it.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to hate, people are going to make fun, whatever. They don't understand our passion for fitness, but we're trying to do this to better people,
exactly.
to help make lives better. If our vlog of us working out, as simple as it sounds, if that helps somebody get a better leg workout or motivates somebody, man, that's what I care about. And once again, we're in there professionally, like just getting the film, not bothering anybody, not holding up machines, and just doing it as respectfully as possible. And look, if we're fit, getting made fun of, I can only imagine, people who are their first time in the gym, getting made fun of. Maybe if they're doing an exercise wrong, or they just look like they have no clue what they're doing, or they're heavier, or really skinny, or have a disability. Man, I know that people get scared of going to the gym for stuff like that. And I'm not going to let a sheep affect my opinion of the gym, because I'm a lion. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm a dog. Like, that guy literally means nothing to me. I couldn't tell you what he was doing in there last night, because my energy is on me. So you really need to focus your energy on yourself. And at the end of the day, man, I'm not going to do anything in there that's going to take people away from wanting to go to the gym. Like, I've had so much more positive come from what we're doing than any negative, and I know the hate will come along with it, but it's just I could just go on a tangent forever. I'll let you all speak about it, but man, it just really fires me up.
It's just the fact of how out of his way he went to make. Guys, we were on like literally the whole opposite side of the gym.
We were in the corner on the leg press, like literally in the corner. We
weren't like being too loud or anything. I mean, we were pushing each other, but
yeah.
Then out of the blue, I hear it. Do 100 reps so I can get some film, and I was like, did I hear that right?
Yeah, and then you look over and he's fake filming, and then
I'm
just
like, what's so wrong about this right now? We're literally just trying to put our work in. We're trying to help you guys out, and I don't know. I'm just still mind blown about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know for me, we only have so much energy in a day, and
Rich Piana, come on.
You only have so much energy in a day, and it's how you use that energy really it's going to shape your future.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's in there trying to better himself, but focusing his energy on other people,
right?
Which I'm not going to say he's not going to get anywhere doing that, but that's not optimal to better yourself.
Right. And yeah, man, just like I said earlier, if you're new to the gym or don't know what you're doing, dude, I know for me, when I was getting back into it, it took everything for me to get in there and get out of my comfort zone, knowing I wasn't as in shape or strong or knew what I was doing compared to the people in there. But man, if you're in the gym, I'm respecting that, and I'm proud of you, because like I said, I don't care your weight, your height, disability, whatever you are, I don't care. When you're in that gym, we're all one. We're all trying to become better. We're trying to better ourselves. So oh man, that really is my pet peeve, making fun of people in the gym, man, because everybody's in there with one goal, to get better. And if you're in there making fun of other people and stuff, man, just go home. Like, that's when I have a problem, and I'm gonna say something, because like I said, I don't even know what they were lifting last night. I don't know. I never know what anyone in there is lifting unless like we're using the same machine. My energy is so focused on us getting better and then getting content for our followers, man. Like, I want to help people grow, and the negativity, that negative energy, I want nothing to do with it. And it's just a shame. Like, if you're in the gym, like, good for you. I'm proud of you. And man, I just fires me up.
That same dude had a couple weeks ago. Well, a couple weeks ago, Zach was just walking by him just to get to a bench or whatever. And this dude, again, super blatant. I don't know what his deal is with us, but he was doing, I don't know, skull crushers or something. And right when Zach walked by him, he slams it like right in front of him.
Literally almost broke my foot. and I just kind of like, I didn't say anything. I was really just shocked, really, at the disrespect.
He must have a big problem with us filming, because I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because we're not filming to go home and say, oh man,
look at ourselves.
Oh wow, dude. Yeah. We're trying to help other people. We're trying to change the world, and it's just I think
we're never in their way or anything.
Yeah. I was listening to Dana White last night, and he said the more successful you become, the more good you try and do in this world, the louder people are going to cheer to see you fail, and that really struck home because. You know, we're not even where we want to be yet, and we're already running into some people doubting us and some people mocking what we're trying to do and mocking our business. And, you know, it's the world we live in, but you can use it as fuel.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we're doing now. So it's not necessarily a negative thing, but we're going to try and turn it into a positive thing and use it.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep pushing no matter how much hate we see, but let's just keep grinding, boys. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. We're not stopping at this point.
No, we're fully invested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full time on Ironverse.
Yeah, crazy, man. Yeah, but yeah, we just want to help others, and you guys. This is our 4th episode. They know that by now.
Yeah,
and it's just a shame stuff like that happens every day. I know, and so one thing I would encourage is. Man, if you see some negativity going on in your gym like that, don't be afraid to say something. Like, you know, you don't have to go fighting people, but, man, like, I'll stick up for anybody in the gym, you know. I've met some good people in that gym. I've gone at all different hours, and I've had a lot of people come up and ask me questions like, man, I see like, you've really lost a lot of weight. Like, you've really transformed yourself. Like, that. Like, how do you do that? And, like, I love that. I live for that. So... the fact that guy just wants to try and get hard on us, just kind of, it's not worth our energy.
No.
But really just wanted to tell the story because it happens everywhere, man. And we're 3 fit dudes that have been doing this, and we're not going to be fazed by it. But, like, when I started filming myself, when I was really heavy, but I started my page, I got a lot of hate. I just pushed through. I didn't care. Mm-hmm. But, like, dude, imagine if this would have happened to me the first time I decided, Nick, can you get a video of me doing this? Like, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and then this guy wants to make fun of me. I probably would have never took a video again. I probably would have been like, I'm not going to the gym when he's there. Like, for real. Like, man, that stuff can really mess with people. So just don't be a bully, you know? Like, and, hey, if you are one of those bullies out there, it's going to come around and get you someday. Like, I don't know who's going to get you, but, like, that karma will come back. And I feel sorry for that guy.
Yeah, because... I really do. I hope, I mean, he obviously has a void, or whether it's personal confidence or whatever it is. I just hope that, you know, he can change as a person, because I know for me, the more comfortable I become with myself, the more I've come to love myself. I just want to uplift other people because I know what it feels like
to be uplifted.
Whereas when I used to hate who I would want to bring other people down because
that's all you knew.
You want to be even with them, you know.
Exactly.
So I think that's just all what it boils down to. Is I don't know if it's a jealousy thing or what, but I love seeing overweight people in the gym or seeing people
really
with one leg,
skinny people,
people. Guys with one or
really
one leg on Instagram,
like really old people go to our gym and they're like can barely walk to the machines and they're still lifting.
It's awesome.
Like, that is awesome, man.
It's so motivating. You know, it's never too early, never too late to change your life around, change who you are, and just walking through those doors, I think, just takes courage.
Yeah,
and that's a victory in and of itself.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up that story for us and our message with that. But just be loving and accepting.
Life's too short to just not love other people.
Seriously. But with that being said, have a hot question just off
the grill.
Yeah, just came off the grill. And based on some of our supplement reviews and some of the topics we've covered already, got a question from my good friend Tyler Moody. So his first is 2-part question. 1, how do you change up your supplements? And 2, how does your food intake change when bulking versus cutting. So he's asking what our supplement and food looks like in a bulk versus a cut. So I think that's a great question. And also he asked a third part to that was, are you only ever either cutting or bulking, or is there a period when neither is the focus, rather something else?
So this is a little, I guess it sort of answers a piece of that question, but I took a nutritional class at SHIP my last year, and one thing I really learned was that supplements aren't intended to be a main part of your diet. They're meant to supplement where you're lacking. If you're lacking these vitamins, if you don't get enough protein, like if you're getting enough protein, you really don't need to take protein powder. And that's a big misconception, I think,
absolutely.
that a lot of people have with supplements.
The fitness industry, the supplement industry does a great job of promoting, you need this.
Yeah.
If you don't take this, you won't get cut.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take this, you won't get muscle. And it's all advertising and marketing, and they do a great job at it.
I can tell you, last year when I was in Pittsburgh, I barely took any supplement. I'll take some pre-workout just for some stim, but
you were mainly drinking black coffee and just taking creatine.
Yeah,
right.
Black coffee and creatine. That's all I did. And, I mean, I think I got pretty.
You got pretty cut.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll do it even for the placebo effect. I'll take BCAAs here and there. I'll still take my pre. I gotta go like a scoop and a half, two scoops.
Yeah,
because we're immune to that.
Yeah, we are very immune to the caffeine. So.
I don't even drink protein. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I rarely have a shake. Basically, what it comes down to is diet, man.
Yeah,
like you said in your class, supplements are meant to supplement your diet, and it should not be your main source. So protein should not, like a protein shake or a mass gainer should not be your main source of protein.
Exactly.
You need to be eating and eating and eating, and then if you're like, man, I just can't get these last 40 grams of protein, have a shake.
Right.
If it's really a struggle for you, or if it's a convenience thing. I just don't have time. I need to get this in the morning, so you have a shake in the morning or something, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're eating all day. Supplements are just meant to supplement your diet. So, I mean, with his first part of his question, how do you change it when you're cutting versus bulking? For me personally, it stays the same because I really only take creatine and pre-workout. I take that all year round. I don't switch that up when I cut or bulk. I guess you could say if you're bulking and you need a mass gainer, if you're cutting, you would take a protein shake, just whey protein. Mm-hmm. But I personally wouldn't even do that. I just think food.
And as far as the diet goes, cutting versus bulking, I really don't change that much at all, other than the fact I eat a lot more when I'm bulking.
Yeah, literally surplus deficit.
Yeah, the only thing I might change up is like during my cut I eat a lot more vegetables, but during my bulking I'm eating like 3 bags of rice or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's about it. And I'm a little dirtier during bulking season too. I'll have my cheat meal or two a week. So other than that,
I know when you're eating too is huge. Like with a cut, like you got to really make sure you're getting carbs in before and after, and then aside from that, meal timing is really huge. Whereas when you're bulking, it's just like, let's just get all this food down whenever,
Yeah, for me, when I bulk, I just ate all day long, and I was in a caloric surplus.
Yeah.
Food stayed about the same, a little dirtier.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, simple. Cutting, I actually typically skip breakfast. I wouldn't say I skip breakfast. I still get that meal. I just push it back as long as I can because I know I'm in a deficit, and I'm someone who can't really sleep at night if I go to bed starving.
Yeah.
And so
I was just going to talk your protein shakes before bed.
Yeah. So that was
huge.
a good thing. Like when cutting, when my macros got significantly lower, I would save a protein shake for before I fell asleep. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. But it would not affect my diet at all. And so, my timing of my meals. So push breakfast back, push that first meal of the day back, and my higher carbs would come right before I work out because I'm cutting. I want that energy. I'm not going to eat all my carbs in the morning and then have nothing to work out on, or eat no carbs and save them all for dinner because I can't go to sleep on an empty stomach. Well, I have really limited energy then in the gym. I'm just trying to optimize my food intake for my gains in the gym, really. And that's really the only difference between the bulking and cutting for me. I think you guys are pretty similar.
Yeah. I know one thing I've learned this bulk and cut is like when you eat your fats. I know Sadiq, real big in getting all your fat in early in the day right before your lift, because that's energy. Whereas if you get all your fat after you lift, it's sort of it's wasteful in a way.
Exactly.
So that's one thing I've learned recently. What was the other half of that question?
Yeah, so this is good too, because this is something a lot of people only think you cut or bulk. Yeah. And I get a lot of questions about this.
I don't even like those two terms. If you're serious into bodybuilding, competing, yes, but just like for average people who are trying to get healthy, I think cutting and bulking is...
Well, they sound too drastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're too... I don't even know how you would call it, but it could be called something else.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, so his question was, is there anything else besides those two? Or, is there a period when neither are the focus or something else? And I think that's a really good question, because I learned a lot about when I finished cutting last year. You have to reverse that diet. So you don't just go from an extreme deficit to, I'm in a surplus again. You have to slowly introduce those calories back into your body so you're not gaining bad weight.
Yeah. Right.
So that would be called a reverse period, a reverse diet. And then you get to, okay, I've reintroduced enough into my body. Now I'm going to go through a maintenance period. So you're just maintaining. You're not trying to gain weight or lose weight. You're just happy where you're at. You're maintaining. You know your calories you need to intake to not gain or lose. So you're just hitting that perfect number. And that is where I messed up this past year in my maintenance. I reversed well, but then I just skipped maintenance and went right into bulk. So I think, though, like you were saying, for the average everyday person, you don't need to be as drastic with that. It gets overcomplicated. If you keep it simple, just, are you taking in more calories? Are you taking less calories in? Or are you just kind of maintaining and trying to just enjoy where you're at now?
Right. I wouldn't call it a cut. I wouldn't call it a diet. It's more of a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Like, when I've started to eat healthy in the past, people are like, "Oh, are you on a diet?" And it's like, yes, but I'm trying to make this my life.
Yeah.
I don't like a diet's like a short-term thing in my opinion. Whereas eating healthy, it's like I want it to be who I my lifestyle change.
Do you guys want to touch base on diets while we're at it? I mean, I think that's...
Well, I was thinking one thing when you were talking about reverse dieting from a cut is I was following this guy on YouTube recently, and he did a show, and I think he gained like 20 pounds in like 2 days after the show, because he was just eating all this sodium and all these carbs, and his body was in starvation mode, so it was holding on to everything, and he gained like 25 pounds in 2 days. So that was just crazy to me how the body responds to stimulus.
Right. Yeah, I just going off of that, man, talking about diets a little bit, because so much
fad diets
out there, and so often we see on social media people, and I'm not bashing them, but people want the quick alternative fix. And that's not the solution. No. You cannot starve yourself of certain foods, and you lost all this weight, but what happens when you go off that juice cleanse?
It's so hard to maintain.
You put solids in, you're gonna gain it back probably, or you just go strict keto. Nothing against keto, but then you reintroduce some carbs into your life and you put weight back on, or the paleo diet when you come off that, and just. Dude, there's so many like fad things out there green tea detoxes and just all these things that are just
quick overnight results.
You'll lose weight quick because you just starve yourself, but then your body will just shut down.
Yeah. Is that water weight? Is that, it's probably not all good weight.
Right.
It's just the truth.
Right.
And the thing too is everyone wants to judge different diets and oh, you're vegan, oh, you eat meat. You just got to find what works for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's the biggest thing.
I have nothing against vegans. I would never do it. I think it's crazy
because
I love meat. But that's the thing. I love meat. They probably think I don't like meat. Why would anybody eat meat? I'm a vegan. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just like we were talking about earlier in the gym, don't judge someone for their lifestyle choices.
If you have the willpower, go for it. I know my mom, after Christmas, whatever, she wanted to start on that keto, and I was like, I supported it, but I was like, in my head, sorry mom, I was like this isn't gonna last. If you want to try it, go for it. But
I guess what I'm getting at is because I did sound a little judgmental at first, if you are going to do one of those diets, you better be all in on it. Exactly, and know what you're doing, know what you're getting into. Don't just one day wake up, I gotta go keto today because I need to. You're probably gonna fail. You need to do your research. You need to truly decide, is this something for me? Am I going to stick to it? And really it all becomes about, is this going to become part of my lifestyle? Yeah. It's not something you do temporarily. I know Lent's coming up and people are talking about giving things up for 40 days. Well, I guarantee on that 41st day, you're probably going to binge like crazy. So just be careful when getting into diet, man. I don't even like that word. I'm dieting. It literally should be about lifestyle, and that's been my biggest thing. That's why my fitness account's Lumen's Lifestyle, because there's more to it than just I gotta look good, so I gotta eat a certain way. It's your lifestyle. It's conscious decisions you make every day that will lead to long-term success. And waking up one day and saying, I'm just gonna starve myself for 3 days, hope it goes well, lose weight, is just not the way to do it. And you're just hurting your body more than anything. I'm not a nutritionist, none of us are, but I've done those fad diets. They don't work. They don't work. So
the biggest thing too is it's a misconception, because everyone wants all this to lose all this weight, but how is it affecting your quality of life? You might have lost 15 pounds, but you have no energy, you're miserable, you're grumpy. It should be more about you could be a vegan, I could eat 2 pounds of meat a day, and you could do keto, and if that works for all three of us, then I have it's whatever works for you. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm vegan, so you have to be vegan. It's everyone's different, everyone's gonna feel different, everyone's body's gonna react different to different diets. So that's what matters at the end of the day, is quality of life for me.
One thing I've noticed is there is no one diet. There's no one training plan, dude. Everybody's bodies are different, so you got to play around with what works for you. At the end of the day, are you happy or not? That's what it comes down to. I'm happy with my diet. I eat a lot of meat, clean, complex carbs with occasional donut or Chipotle or something like that. Just consistent. Really just consistency and portion control, because we could talk about portions.
I know the other day one of my friends was giving me heck for eating a pound of red meat a day, and I was like, well, if you would have saw my diet 3 years ago when I was eating a pound of chicken nuggets from McDonald's a day,
the mystery meat.
It's a big upgrade. I'm eating a lot of red meat, but compared to my diet a few years ago, it's I've improved so much, and my quality of life has come up.
I get told I eat too much chicken all the time. Well, I was eating whole pizzas 2 times a week in college a couple years ago, so I don't think eating all that chicken's really hurted me much. So
I get made fun of too for the chicken, but I used to eat all that same amount of chicken and breading and fried. Now I'm eating it off the grill, so you just have to do what works for you. you just talked about red meat. Do you want to talk about the bison experience you've been having?
yeah,
Because
man.
I think that's beneficial for our followers, because when we talk about eating clean, people automatically go chicken, turkey, both dry. I don't get enough protein. But you're eating a lot of bison, and bison's good.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I was in the Stan Efforting kick in the vertical diet, which is basically red meat, your primarily steak, ground bison, and then there's a few, it's mostly rice. But Stan Efforting was huge into red meat, so I tried that. First it was steak, and then Joe Rogan I remember one of his podcasts, he's like, you got to eat ground bison. You're going to wake up the next day feeling like an ox. So my first time I had ground bison, I woke up the next day and I was just like, wow, like it's good quality meat, not a lot of fat, like a pound's pretty easy to put down.
It is
a little
expensive
though.
Yeah.
Is the only kickback. Have you had it yet?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've had the ground bison that you buy,
Yeah.
I had in Colorado on our vacation, because
Okay.
we didn't go out we were out there for 9 or 10 days, so we didn't eat out every meal. We had a nice like an Airbnb, very nice condo. So we got that one night, and it was amazing. Now, while I was out there, I had 3 or 4 different bison burgers, and out there, it's just
good,
like
man.
bison burger everywhere, because
It's
they're
cheap
out there.
isn't it?
That's where they live. It's cheap.
See him walking across the highway.
Yeah, you do.
that's
Yeah, you
wild.
see the wildlife, and dude, it's like it's so lean, which is crazy, because it has such a juicy, like sweet-ish but very good flavor. And I noticed when I ate it, I've eaten it one time since I came back home. My vascularity that day was much more prominent compared to days when I didn't eat it. Like, something about the leanness and the quality of that protein. Yeah, I agree with Joe Rogan. It just you just feel
it's a
like
big game animal.
Yeah.
That's why. Remember, I told you Stan Efforting. He goes, "You ever seen a big chicken?" And he's like, "Nope." I mean, it is true. Like when I first started this cut, and I was really, really, really strict with chicken, I just felt I didn't feel full, and I just felt
I'm
almost
always hungry.
too lean.
Yeah.
But then just on red meat while I'm cutting, I think is huge because I just feel full, but I'm
Right.
still losing weight.
One thing I do like doing, shout out to my mom, because she gets it. She goes to the butcher shop in Dallastown, and there's 99% lean ground beef.
Yeah.
And if you go on your MyFitnessPal, I think the highest they even have on there to track is like 96 or 97.
Yeah.
And if you go to Walmart, you're only going to find probably 93. On a good day, they have 96. This 99%, it's like I'm eating turkey, basically. There's no fat,
Yeah.
high protein, and the flavor to me is good. I like that it's less fatty. And yeah, I feel much better when I eat that red meat. And I actually was pro like no red meat for a long time there, because I thought, oh, all these people are saying how bad it is for you.
Gives you cancer.
And, you know, maybe there's some truth to that. But I think, dude, anything we eat nowadays,
Exactly.
if I'm going to get something, I'm going to get it. You know, like I can't live in fear of I can't eat meat because of cancer.
Yeah. Life's too short.
But again, it goes back to like, this is how our diets are, but look at what they were a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Cool.
They can't be any worse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people want to point the finger at me for eating a pound of red meat a day, but how about the guy stopping at McDonald's every day for a breakfast or for a coffee and 3 McGriddles? Like, and plus, like, a big thing, too, that Stan Efforting preaches is, like, sugar. Like, the American diet, there's so much sugar in everything.
Yeah.
Like, a can of soda, 40 grams of sugar. If you weigh
Probably
that
more than
out
that.
into a bag and actually see how much sugar
That's nasty.
is 40 grams physically, it's
disgusting.
like it's sick.
Thank God I really never got into soda. That's one
Yeah,
thing.
soda.
Yeah.
Man. I used to slam
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
And
Oh,
that's the one thing on my FitnessPal every day I'm amazed with when I do track. I have, like, at the end of the day, 7 to 10 grams of sugar.
that's
like,
nothing.
Like, and I'm just like, I see that number and I'm like, wow. But, like, I've never drank soda. Even when I was heavier, I was a lemonade guy, sugary,
Yeah.
but I've never been into soda. So for me, when people are like, I can't quit soda, I'm just like, I don't get it. When I've had soda, man, you get bloated and you're full. You feel like complete just ass. Yeah. So a big thing, like when people ask me, how can I lose weight? How can I get more healthy? And I say, well, what's your diet like? I'm like, well, what do you drink? And they're getting 2 Mountain Dews and a Red Bull every day. And that's not even trying to be funny. People are legit out there drinking like that. Yeah. I'm like, well, cut the soda and you'll probably lose 10, 15 pounds just from that. Forget your diet. Exactly. Just drink more water.
Yeah. like first thing, if you want to change your lifestyles, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, that's just empty calories. Yeah. You're not going to be...
And it doesn't fill you up.
Yeah. It's just a waste. It's nothing you should be putting in your body. And then people are like, well, I drink Diet Mountain Dew. I'm good. You're I pray for your insides because the aspartame in that and all the other chemicals. Yeah, no shot. No shot for me.
I've had a few buddies ask, like, how is all you drink is water? I'm a big Mio fan. I know it's probably has some stuff in it that maybe isn't the best for you, but it's better than soda.
Yeah.
So
Mio's good. I've had it before. I honestly just big water guy though. Yeah. I have that gallon from Gallon Gear, and that's the best purchase I ever made. Someone was like, "You spent $40 on that," but like I can put my phone in it, my keys in it. I can put any money or wallet can fit. Like it fits a lot of stuff.
Right.
I've had it for a year and a half. Whereas I was going out and getting gallons of water at like the store or Sheets or whatever, $1 here, $1 there, 40 days of water, there you go. Yeah. So, and it stays pretty relatively cold, but a little above room temperature, and it's easy to just down that for me. I physically can feel now when I don't drink enough water. My mouth will get a little dry. I get a little headache. I can get tired. It'll clear up your skin. It'll enhance your mood. It'll increase the quality of your workouts. Just intake of water is so huge. Most people are not getting enough.
Yeah. And I think most people don't understand like the science behind drinking a lot of water. And basically, your body is going to say, okay, I'm getting enough water. I don't need to store as much water. It's all survival instincts. Same with sodium, whatever, but if your body knows it's going to get water every day, it's not going to hold on to
retain that, exactly.
So, and that's why you lose weight when you drink a lot of water. And I never understood that, but it makes sense. And once you try it out, but yeah, and we're not trying to be those dudes at the gym lugging around gallons like macho. It's a great way to track and see how much you're drinking.
Yeah. If you really want something flavored, get like a Gatorade Zero or something. Where I know
that's
like even yesterday you wanted something flavored. I was like, here, take a scoop of BCAAs if you really want some strawberry kiwi.
I can talk about the Gatorade Zero because going back to not to like get off track, but just talking diet, food, cutting, everything. When I was cutting, Gatorade Zero, man, Sadiq, I still don't know how to say his last name, Hadzovic, I'm not sure. One of my favorite bodybuilders. What
is that, Polish?
I don't know. One of my favorite bodybuilders, just a straight shooter, hard worker, gritty dude, just tells it how it is. I saw him, and he was like, I don't know if he was Gatorade sponsor or not, but he was promoting on his Instagram. He's like, guys, these, when I'm cutting, it takes away any cravings, and I got a whole case at Sam's Club when I was cutting, good. And no sugar, no calories.
I don't know how.
Like,
it's kind of shocking.
Probably goes back to the diet, like Mountain Dew type thing. Like, there's probably some stuff in Gatorade Zero that's probably not good for you. But like when I was cutting, I'd have that with my ground turkey at night. After the gym, I'd eat pounded ground turkey and some veggies, no carbs, just the slight carbs and the veggies. And I would down 2 or 3 of those, and it like was a lifesaver. Yeah. So really, going back to like the cutting thing, and even the first question we got, like meals on the go, do what works for you, man. Like find what you like and hang on to it. Really.
Yeah, if you can replace a Mountain Dew with a Gatorade Zero, that will go a long way.
That's a win. So,
I'm one of those people that I like to drink something flavored with what I'm eating every now and then. Like if I'm on the go at work, I have no problem drinking water, but I don't mind. I like sitting down and having something with my meal that's not water.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel
that's
that.
Just me.
I can relate to that. Another thing, just, we have these coffee mugs on here. I used to be a big Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now 90% of the time I drink my coffee black, or I have sugar-free creamer. So making conscious decisions like that can go a long way, because people don't realize how much cream and sugar Dunkin'
There's like big
puts
old
in.
iced coffees.
They're just,
I don't even know. I don't know my coffee. But
the lattes, or if you go to Starbucks and get like the frappuccinos and stuff. Oh man, like
Lord.
that's a meal in itself, but it's not going to fill you up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, be conscious about what you're drinking, for sure.
That brings me to our first business that we were going to start, the protein.
Yeah. That's a future business idea. I'm still, still a fan of. We were thinking about what protein creamer, right? Yeah. So we were going to make a coffee.
Call it Calvary creamer or something.
Calvary creamer, yeah, something like that. It was we weren't set on the name, but we were thinking about it, and it was going to be a coffee creamer that had just protein.
Yeah.
And I didn't see like any market for that. Like
there's
you
like
saw
one
like
or two products.
Yeah, you have like protein coffee itself, but not like a creamer.
Yeah, like just that's easy protein. If somebody struggles with use 2 servings of our creamer and you get 10-15 grams of protein. Exactly. It adds up, So, if you're listening, you can go and steal our idea, and
we just want a little bit of
maybe like 15%, 20%, but yeah, like I thought that was a great idea. Yeah, and that was where we were going to first go with a business, and then now we're Ironverse Athletics. Kind of crazy. I know, me and Nick one night were sitting before you were in the picture still. You were still living, I think, with your ex, and we were gonna start a pre-workout.
Yeah.
Hammerhead.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a sick pre-workout, but I know moving forward, we're 100% serious. All jokes aside now, of making a pre-workout someday. That is a big goal of ours. So if you're following us now, just know it's only going up from here. Like, we are serious. We are here. We are building. We are growing.
Yeah.
Again, like I said in the last podcast, it's just us 3 doing this.
Yeah,
we're starting
we have
from
no
the
help.
absolute bottom. So we don't have media guys. We don't have investors right now. We're just starting from the mud right now. So.
We're making it work. We're doing everything we can in our power to be better every day.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing. We're learning on the way, though, and we're working hard, which is just the basis of our company. It's hard work, gritty.
I just took a huge risk, walked away from my job, and that's not even the confidence I have in myself, but in you guys too. Like, I just know we're all hard workers, and if you put something in front of us, we're gonna run through it. That's just, and we haven't always been these type of people. Like in the past.
Only really in the last true year.
Yeah, a few months for me, really. Just from pushing ourselves in the gym, it just really floods into everything.
And I know I'm not the smartest dude on the planet. I know I'm not the smartest dude in this room, but like I'm gonna outwork every single person. I'm gonna do my best to. So
that's why the other day I was like, when me and him were working, I was like, dude, 1.8 and 1.6 GPA in high school, and we're grinding. Like we have our own business, and we're.
It doesn't matter how smart you are. I know some people who are. I'm not going to say any names, who are like one of the smartest people I know, and they aren't doing anything with their lives, unemployed, whatever, but it's just all about putting in work.
Yeah. You can acquire information anywhere. It's all about how bad you want it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we're just making it happen.
A big opportunity for us here coming up is the Arnold Classic in 2 weekends. 2 weeks from today we'll be on
March 7th?
6th and 7th. So 2 weeks from about right now, we'll be getting on the road, heading out to Columbus, Ohio, and we went out to the Arnold last year for the first time, me and Nick, with 2 other friends, and just amazing experience. Incredible to just see how big the fitness industry is, and I think people see on Instagram all this, all these people, all these companies, but when you're there and it's like Instagram meets real world, back to back to back to back vendors and tables and it's just all the
crazy
biggest names, man. That's what gets me excited. And that's what, like, I have a vision for, like, us having our own booth someday, like us making it, and I know we will. It's a matter of time, really, and I'm just excited for that, man. We'll have our shirts and hats in by then. We'll be able to wear our apparel out there, just maybe develop some connections, and really just, if anything, even if we don't develop any connections, if, you know, we don't make it in with anybody, just to come back and have, like, a clear vision for our company, just feeding off of what we see. Yeah, I'm just super excited for that. I mean, I love that trip. That was my first time. I was new to fitness still, like, just started cutting. Like, man, all these people are huge.
Crazy
they're fit.
How much
Like,
you're in this industry. How many people are in this industry?
the industry is huge.
You could barely walk through the aisles, dude.
Huge, man. Huge.
I think for me, it's going to be motivating just to see these big dudes and, like,
yeah, when I met
motivating.
Callum, when we met Callum, it was cool to see that me and Callum are the same height. I'm never going to juice.
Yeah.
So, and that's no shot at him. He's been public about it. You know what it is in this industry. But just to see, wow, I'm the same height as this guy. If I stay natural and I push hard and, like, I could look like this someday, you know? Like, I could get, like, I don't want to get overly big, but, like, it was just cool to see, like, in person, like, they're big, but they're not, like, out of this world now. The guys that are getting on stage for the show, that's a whole nother level. But like, your everyday, like, fitness personalities that you saw there, those bodies are achievable, and it was just motivating and encouraging to see them in person.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm taller than almost all of them, so that was cool. Like, they're all short guys like Nick. So
I think next year it would be realistic for next year to have our own booth. I think if we really on the track we're on and the pace, I think it's definitely achievable by next year.
Yeah, I know Advanced Sups. I mean, they're kind of big in this area, but they had a booth out there.
Really?
And
I never knew
Body
that.
Warrior Athletics had a booth out there.
Okay.
So those are two that started smaller around here and have blown up a little bit, not on the national level, but they had their own booth out there. So that was really cool, I thought.
I think you like can send in applications and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it works, but
I also want to get into we have some big things coming up about sponsored athletes. I'm really excited. I know we have our first male picked out. It's not official yet in writing, but we have an idea of who we want, and we have a few female ideas too.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd be a very beneficial partnership for both sides. And really, when it comes down to it, we're looking for people who have that same mindset as us, just that hardworking, day in and day out mindset. And you see a lot of fitness companies. Joe down the street's a brand rep for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can apply online for all these big fitness companies.
right.
Yeah.
We want to keep it small. We don't want to have many athletes. Like, you're really going to have to kind of stand out to us.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to separate us. We're going to be very exclusive. You can't just be an Ironverse athlete because you're my best friend from college or whatever, So I'm very excited about our potential with our athletes, and we have a male that already in line, not like you said, not official, but we're going to be releasing that soon, and thinking of some women that could be sponsor athletes for us moving forward, because we're going to be working on a women's line of clothing. So that's going to be very exciting, very exciting moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's all about, we want people who are pushing the same message as us.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just to help people, whether it's motivate, inspire, really
just make the world a
pushing
better place.
Positivity.
Yeah, exactly. Our lives were so negative for so many years. Like, we looked good on the outside. Our social medias probably looked good. People probably thought, we're doing all right, but they knew our true stories. Yeah. Man, we weren't doing all right. And that negativity that we lived in for so many years, now that we're out of that, it's like, man, I just want to bring everybody into this light of just positive lifestyle changes, and definitely think our athletes are gonna bring that too, and just help push our mission along. And it's really exciting. It's really exciting.
I think in other news, we have our own office space. Can't release the details, but it's a small space. We just gotta keep working.
Yeah, we all have our own desk. We got our podcast set up. Like,
it's just little things.
It's a nice little room. Just it gave us that energy we need. Like we are a real business, and it still blows my mind.
I know.
Like I said earlier, man, it's only going up from here. Our followers, like, if
people
you're
can
following
think
us,
it's a joke all they want.
Yeah,
but like we're.
Yeah, and hey, our Instagram's growing, our YouTube's growing. Like it's small, but man, little, like, just 1% every day. Like if we gain 1% of a follower every day, eventually we'll be huge. So it's just the little things, man, and that's what we strive to be better at, the little things, because when we really get good at that stuff, that sets us apart. When people don't pay attention to detail and they just go through the motions, they're going to get left behind. We're paying attention to every detail, all the little things in and out of the gym, and that's what's going to separate us, I believe.
Yeah, doing what we can with the money we have, and we don't have a lot of capital right now, but we got to make ends meet with what we have, and our vision's huge, and we just little baby steps. But I was telling Nick the other day, like, looking at our very first logo with the ring around it to what it is now, really, like, I just look back and I was like, wow, like, we talk about that 1%, but like to look at how far that aspect of us has come is really, like, it's mind-blowing, but it's just who we are. We always, like I told you, we bought some new editing software, and just one video, you can tell, like, that's our goal. Just keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I'm loving that.
Never satisfied
with. Yeah,
so,
for sure.
But yeah, we're definitely our content's just gonna keep getting better and better. Our audio, hopefully this new setup gets our audio a little better. I know our first few videos were a little echoey, but we're working on it.
Yeah, man, we're just learning something new every day.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than most people can say.
Yeah.
So
I think that about sums up this podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If you know anybody who wants to get into fitness or whatever, give them a shot, or have them listen to us, because we want all the support from you guys, and we'll give the support right back. Yeah. So just spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word, because we have so many ideas that we want to implement, and obviously we can't implement everything right now, but step by step we're gonna keep pushing. So
and if you guys want to lift with us, if you're struggling, I know Nick Keller reached out. Glad to have him a part of the crew. Everyone, man, we want everyone in there with us. Just all working together to better ourselves.
Absolutely.
Interested in becoming a sponsored athlete? Hit us up. We're looking for people. Like you said, it's going to be, like, exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the circle small, but definitely excited for that.
Yeah, like, just to wrap it up, like you both said, hit us up with anything. We're open. We might look in the gym intimidating with we're just busting ass, like our sweating and we're just serious look and everything. But man, like, hit us up. We want to help you. We want to help you reach your goals in any way possible, whether it's something as small as, hey man, you think my diet's all right, or hey man, what do you think of my lifting, or literally anything possible. Mental health, if you just need someone to talk to, whatever, hit us up. Really just want to help. So to wrap this up, just want to thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, subscribe to our YouTube, like this video, leave a comment below. Go follow us on Instagram at Ironverse Athletics.
On SoundCloud now, too.
Yeah, we're going to be on SoundCloud. We already are on SoundCloud, so our podcast will be uploaded there, so it's easier for you to listen to on the go. And I'm going to be working on getting them on the Apple Podcast as well. So just whatever we can do to make it easier for you to follow us.
Did you mention our website? I don't know. I made our website public now. So if you do want to go on our website, ironverseathletics.com. Our shirts are for our drop aren't up yet, but we have our podcast supplement reviews on there as well. So
So yeah, we can definitely make a post about our website on our Instagram, so it just directs people over there, and that's where we'll be launching our shirts. So that just stay tuned, stay patient. I know you guys want that hot apparel right now. I do too.
It's coming.
But it's coming very, very soon. So just stay patient. We will be releasing all details moving forward. And just thanks for listening, and stay tuned for our next podcast. And
go win the day.
Yeah, go get 1% better. And shout out to Nick for making it a whole podcast through without dropping an F-bomb.
Are you serious?
Yes, he didn't drop one
Dude,
F-bomb.
good job, man.
I don't even think I said any curse words
dude.
today.
You're 1%.
1%.
1%, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, peace.